Okay. So, I know that the last few episodes have been extremely hectic, with random clips of everything going on and all that other good stuff. And things have just been going very rapidly. Like, things have been very rapidly advancing. And I at least hope that everything I've been doing hasn't been too difficult to keep up with. But if it has, for the starting bit of this video, I want to just kind of clarify what's been going on. Now, if you've been able to keep up and you understand what's going on, then don't worry about this explanation. However, I figured it was probably best I did to kind of explain things. So, first off, the first biggest step I took was creating an infinitely powered coal generator, or an infinitely powered coal generator combined with water extractors. Now, the trick to getting those to power infinitely is you have to give them an you have to give them like a secondary input amount of power first, which is where a biomass burner comes in handy. The coal generator I found was very, very useful, and it essentially allowed me to have a lot of leaves and everything to burn or to turn into biomass, and that allowed me to create fuel to power the coal generator. Now, from what I know, 4 coal generators can be powered from one coal node, which is very important to remember, because if you have a conveyor splitter at that point... Oh, hang on. Thing is... Okay, there we go. If you have a conveyor splitter at that point, you can keep splitting the conveyor belts to power 4 different coal generators. And they also require water, which is why it's very important to find a coal node that's very close to water. And the more coal generators you have powered, the more production you can have. Now, when I first saw this 315 megawatts of connections, I got worried because I was thinking that this was basically meaning that I was going over the limit of whatever I could use. That is until I realized that max connections is the number of megawatts... Hang on. It's a number of megawatts worth of connections. It's not saying I've actually gone overboard in that. It's not saying that everything's going to shut down because there's too much power. That's where consumption comes in. Because you see here... Oh. Yeah, see, look at this. This is the production. This gray line, and this is how high it's gone. But it's not getting that close to the top. Not unless I add new machines that will provide more that will need more power. So while I was not recording, and while I was off and on recording, actually, I constructed a very well made. Sorry for the occasional lag spikes. I constructed a very well-made, messy but efficient first floor of this factory. I don't know if there's going to be a second floor. There might be, depending on how things go. But I'll go ahead and go up to the lookout tower to show you guys what's going on. Now, I did turn off virtual effects because it actually reduces the frame rate, or increases the frame rate by a lot. So you're not going to see any of that blowing wind or anything. So, this over here actually uses coal all the way over from that node I found a short while ago. And it takes it into that what was it called? It was called a foundry. Oh, by the way, in case you noticed my hotbar, I found out that all I have to do is mouse over something I want to put in my hotbar and press the associated number key. So if I were to hover over the foundry, I would press I would press like 5. That's constructor. I would press 7. Oh, that's smelter. Okay, but yeah, that's how hotbar works. So this right here, this creates iron, and that iron. Hang on, let me go down to show you guys. Oh, this fucking ladder. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I guess the reason everything looks so dark is because I had my flashlight on this entire. I had it off. Anyways, so in here, I have 3 different sources of iron. So all this iron, it's taken in here. Wait. So yeah, the iron from these 3 is taken over here. And it's taken into this foundry. It's compressed, and it's melted, and it's turned into steel ingots. Now, I knew I had to go farther than that. So, does everything appear brighter if I have VFX on? Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but I don't think it's supposed to look like this. But whatever. Oh, it's slowly lighting up more and more. Is it? I don't think it is. I guess it's all about the lighting, I guess. Okay, but anyways. It's all turned into steel. So yeah, look at that. FPS is back up to 30. It's because I turned down the VFX and the post-processing, so I apologize if you guys are gonna start missing that. But, the steel goes in here, into this. I was originally going to remove the storage container, but then I was like, you know what? Actually, why do I even need this here? There's... Okay, I... Definitely am probably going to have to remove that later. So the steel goes through. It splits into 2 parts. Actually, Actually, no, I don't, I was gonna say I could probably keep the steel for something, but then I realized I already have them gonna be placed in storage. So the steel here... Oh, that's not powered. Oh yeah, I guess I severed it because, there was like a lot of steel pipes here. So yeah, the steel is split into 2 parts, and it's taken over here, and over there. This side turns it into steel beams. This side turns it into steel pipes. Now, the reason I have the steel pipes turned off... that's why. And this over here... Seriously, why do I even have these on? I don't know why I have the storage container here. I mean, I guess originally it was to store these until I realized I could, like, I could, expand the conveyor belt to make something else. So, I guess if I ever wanted to, I could just get rid of the conveyor belt and it'll store. So this in here. These steel beams combined with this concrete, which, as you may guess, comes directly from here. All that limestone goes through a constructor, and it's all turned into concrete. And that concrete, we follow the conveyor. Oh. That concrete goes in here, combined with the steel beams, to make encased industrial beam. And how many of those have been made, you might ask? Well, a lot. Yeah, I actually let this run overnight because I knew that these would take a good long time to make. And also, as we speak, these iron plates are going to be turned into reinforced iron plates. Now, originally, before, this factory area only had 2 assemblers, but I realized I wanted a third because I wanted to be able to make rotors. I wanted to be able to make rotors, reinforced steel plating, and whatever else I might need. In this case, encased industrial beam. So I went back. I went up to have it. I went over to the coal generator area. We're just going to call it the coal plant for simplicity's sake. I went to the coal plant, added a fourth coal generator, and now I realize afterward that all these machines that I'm using, they don't even use nearly anywhere close to 300 megawatts. But in time, they might if I overclock them, which is something I do want to do, because if I overclock these, if I can overclock these to their fullest, so let's say right here, with clock speed of 100 or some like 100, it only makes 6 per minute. With this, it makes 9 per minute. Now, it might not sound like a lot, but every little bit counts in an assembly line. Every little bit counts. I don't know why I have this right here. I really don't. I guess this was for, like, the original plan before I added another, assembler. So, everything here had its place. Everything here does indeed have its place. Also, if I'm repeating myself, it's because whenever the game and recording freezes, I don't know if my audio is being picked up. I don't think it is. So yeah, I have a lot, and I mean a lot of material. Because you never know when you're going to need it. In fact, I need to go ahead and take a stack of one of those. There we go. Now, these rotors are very slow to make, but I've realized that can all change once I have upgraded each of these miners to the Miner Mark II. And then I realized something I should have figured out a long time ago with all the creativity and innovation this game brings out within me. That being, the reason why the Mark II conveyor belts didn't really do much is because it's not the conveyor belts, it's the miners. They only can take how much? So, these can only take, or mine up, like, 60 ores per minute. Now, they're already picking up a lot, but if I combine a miner Mark II with a conveyor belt Mark II, things would really speed up. Production would speed up, and overclocking, well, that in and of itself is another thing entirely, because the Mark II is already going to be using more power. And there's 1, 2, hang on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different, miners. Now, how much does the miner Mark II use? 12. 12 times 8. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96. 96. The highest it goes is like 198. So that would be very, very close to 300. And that's why overclocking, I'm not sure, would be the best idea at the moment. In fact, I feel like some of these things don't really need to be overclocked. I mean, they do, of course they do, but they also kind of don't. So, okay. Why is that line so smooth? Oh, wait a minute. I know why. I know why. It's because of this. It splits the rods into two parts. That's right. So what I could probably do instead. I mean, no, I couldn't. Okay, so I have just had a breakthrough, and I have an idea. At the moment, we do not currently, at the moment, I can't really, if I were to replace every Miner Mark II, it would definitely come very, very close to going over 300. So, let me take a look at something real quick. Power slugs. Purple power shards. Okay, so this I can definitely afford. So let's go ahead and make... We're gonna make 50 wires. Also, I would like to apologize if being in a call the last several episodes was kind of an annoyance or inconvenience to anybody. It probably wasn't necessary, but I just didn't want to leave my friends hanging. Although I know that's no excuse. Black powder. Okay, so so I do remember that way, way, way the hell over there. Back when I was looking for that one coal node, and I was exploring, I found a node of sulfur. But I'm gonna worry about that later. Although I do imagine that there are some very valuable things there. What I'm really most excited about is creating hypertubes. Which, you know, I should definitely do. So, let me see what I got. Okay. So, if I were to, like, really power up everything, and I found as many slugs as I could, giving power cells to a lot of these machines, especially the miners, the miner mark 1 or 2s collecting coal. I imagine that. I mean, I probably would have to find another like iron node or something, but then again, I was gonna say that I could probably save up on iron rods, but I'm already using those iron rods for things, so I guess I wouldn't have to worry about it too much. I guess I'm mostly just worried about having something on hand for myself, which is also kind of vital. So, yeah. I definitely would have to find another, like, iron node. Real quick, let me just scan for one and see what we got. So... Oh yeah, we got one up there. There's actually two up there that don't appear to be too far from each other. So maybe that could serve as my iron rod, but that'll have to come at a later point. Once I've... Because the main priority right now is not just the hypertubes, but also making sure that I actually have enough power for all of these to keep going. Because right now, the production is kind of slowing down with how much I've had to split all these, like, different things here. So, what I want to do, first and foremost, I want to unlock scanning for power slugs. Because, once I do that, scanning those power slugs I can easily find everywhere, even if I have to use an object scanner. And after that, it'll be a cinch to find a lot of power slugs. And the first thing I'm going to overclock, actually, in fact, is the coal generators. Maybe even the power, maybe even the water extractors too. So that's going to take a good 2 minutes. So I know most of this episode has mostly just been me talking and explaining things, but I figured it would be nice to get you all caught up. Okay, so... Steel pipe, encased industrial beam. I have a lot of steel pipes and encased industrial beams. Now, I have to keep in mind that this is for unlocking the blueprint for for hypertubes. The hypertubes themselves will probably be more expensive to make, but that's honestly pretty fair for how vital or how useful they are. Plus, with how many of these things have actually been producing, I'd say I'll be just fine. There we go. Now things are going smoothly again. So yeah, I know that not a lot. Okay, so I know that not a lot has really happened this episode, but I figured it would be nice to get you all caught up with what I'm doing and what I'm going to do. Oh, wait, that's right. Another thing is there's a couple other things for the MAM that I need to look at. So hard drives. These are basically for alternate recipes for things. 10 alien carapace. I don't know why it's glitching out like that. Oh, MAM research complete. The analysis of slug scanning is completed. Sweet! Alright, so what do we got? Oh, this is the last one. We need a purple power slug. Fuck, what are those cube things called? Modular frames. And cable. Okay. Ooh, sun's coming up. Beautiful! So I guess this episode is mostly just going to be like the catch-up episode or something. I don't know. All right. Statter. Wait, hold on. Which of these things called for a statter? Also, yes, I know I do need to complete the rest of these tiers and everything. I actually should get on that now. I really should. Jump pads, that would be very useful. So, screws. Alright, so screws. Screws, cable. Got a fuck ton of concrete. Iron plate and cable. Iron rod, more iron plate. So I can definitely complete tier 2. What about tier 3? I don't want to get too ahead of myself, though. That's the thing. Has 2 inputs and outputs for conveyor belts. So we're just focusing on hypertubes and clearing these out for right now. Oh yeah, that filled up all the way. All right, let's give them what they're asking for. Oh yeah, a couple more copper sheets. So right now, I just sent out a ping for sulfur. Now watch this. Watch how long it takes for even one sulfur to show up. Okay, so one over there, one over there. That's roughly about where I found that other sulfur node. But wait, there's more. There's a third. What's this? Yep, there it is. I swear, I swear this ping goes across the entire map that it possibly can. I honestly swear it does. Maybe I don't... So maybe I don't need to have another constructor. Since this thing is pretty much filled to the brim with copper sheets... You know what? I have an idea. Are you good? Is there something you need? Maybe turn around? So I'm going to be turning my spools... I'm going to be going from spools to copper sheets. And I actually found out something I can do if I want to quickly get rid of all these. I just have to hold down control and drag, release, and it just gets rid of all the copper things. Pretty useful if I do say so myself. I have like an entire storage container full of this stuff, so I'm not worried about like getting rid of it. How did you get here? Alright, can you... Just trying to, like, consider when or if or where I want to place a second floor if I ever need one. I'm actually going to go ahead and end this episode here, and next time, once I have everything set up, I will begin the process of upgrading as many of these things as I can, starting with the coal generators. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want more content in the future, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell, and I'll see you next time.